Hi, I'm Draken, and this is the DrakenWerks, and welcome back to the Draken's Spire. Now, last episode, you may remember we built quite a few things, but we just built them in their raw form. We needed to do something with them to make them look a little bit nicer around. So starting with the Nether, we recently updated, as you know, to 1.16 on the server, so I built myself a Nether railway so I could actually access between my base and to the spawn town. But the problem with it was an exposed railway, just like the old one we used to have in the old Nether. So I thought, right, okay, let's go back and do something with it. Let's make it look a little prettier, but also close it so that if we are encountering mobs, we're not going to get attacked along the way. This was easier said than done. I did intend to put pillars all the way along here as well, supporting the structure going across. I mean, the structure is really long going throughout the Nether, but gives a fantastic view going through. The only problem was I got killed so many times trying to build the pillars. It was just like the Nether has just not been nice to anyone on the server. I think all I've seen is just constant deaths over and over again. The other thing that we also had to have a look at was also our blasting chamber that we built for the fungus. As you can see here, we built the item elevator attached to the side here, and that goes up around to an item sorter at the top here. This is a very ImpulseSV style item sorter. I'll link his old tutorial down below. Loads of people know this item sorter by now. It's been used so many times. But we built the same system here, and then underneath it, I also attached in a composter so I can drain certain chest stuff to with a lever that will put it into a composter, turn them into fertilizer for any excesses, and that puts all the stuff down below. And we had to restructure the circuit, but just like we mentioned last episode, we now have dispensers firing bone meal into the ground so we can get all the small fungus back quite easily. But that wasn't the only thing as well we needed to do with this, because I wanted to make this also look a bit prettier. So for that, let's do a time lapse. As you may see, things are a little different around here. I recently reinstalled my Minecraft. I was starting to get a few problems with certain mods and graphics not showing up as I wanted them to. And one of the things that I'd lost was the access to the shaders through things like Optifine and everything else. But I managed to get it all sorted. I reinstalled it. So I thought, right, let's go and have a look at the base. We've done a lot to beautify the base. This episode has all been about literally what I've been doing in the last week is just doing a lot of things just to make things look a little prettier. And you can see getting the shaders as well enables us to see things like this, the tree over there. And in fact, actually my render distance up, so you can actually come to the front here and you can see right over in the distance there, you can see Fort Corel, which you remember quite a few episodes back is where we did our map art of the Welsh Dragon with the little ship outside as well. That's all just visible just up to the north there, and we can see the whole of the town, which is starting to come together quite nicely over there as well. I'm really happy where this is starting to come together. It's starting to feel like it's a proper settlement now, rather than just being this fort out in the middle of nowhere. Hard to believe it's only been 8 weeks that we've been on the server, 2 months, but this is where we're getting up to. And we come over here, you see we've got these new lampposts that we've built up here. Now these ones I actually built prior to us updating to 1.16, and you can tell that because the iron fencing isn't connecting directly to the cobblestone wall right next to it. You can't build these anymore. So these are only possible because I built them before 1.16. Any that are built after 1.16, I had to use the chains instead, which is fine because the chains look really cool. But I thought I'd keep the old ones just to show what they look like, because they haven't actually reconnected since that actual thing. So I imagine if there was a block update or something like that, then they would probably reconnect. But at the moment, they're still separate, like you can't get anymore. But yeah, with the chains, they look quite awesome down here. And we just put these all down here, so the whole place is getting lit up. That will help also with a bit of the spawn proofing. I still need to lay a load of string over on some of the roofs. And if we come down here, this is all changed. I've built also, you can see off to the side there, is just a load of housing units. These were nice, quick and easy to build up, but I haven't done the insides yet. That's something else I've got to do in the future, is do the interior. And on the right there, you can see the blasting chamber that we've been working on. But we have this full street coming down here with all these different bushes and all the various flowers and everything else. And it was just, the idea was just to make it feel a lot more alive down here. And then putting it in the shaders as well, that works really well as well. Then we have these are my vine farms that I also very quickly built up in the week. This is my second iteration of the vine farms. These will naturally turn around and grow vines, but I can pump bone meal into them as well, which will then speed up the process quite significantly, actually, if you put the bone meal in there. It's really slow otherwise. But going back to the blasting chamber that we just passed a minute ago, this was the final form. You saw us do the time lapse on it, but you can see the idea. I don't know, I really love the idea of this now. So from where it was just this, what I considered almost like a monstrosity the way that I built it originally, it now looks like this almost sort of medieval industrial factory thing that's going up above here. And we can actually go inside and just check it out on the inside here. But I love this now. This is almost like another centerpiece over here on this side of the town here that sort of dominates the skyline. And I like that about this town. It's got like all these various different height builds and everything else coming in there. It creates all sorts of variants amongst the actual town, which is going to look really nice backdrops against what will be the final main base when we get there. And the other thing I love about this is having the shaders here is looking down into this chamber. I don't know what it is, but that wall of water going down towards those lanterns at the bottom in there set amongst the nylium, it just so aesthetically pleasing to me. You know, that is just, I just think it's gorgeous looking like that as it comes down there. It's like some sort of futuristic clubland or something like that going down there. But I love the look. I love the design in that sort of sense, with the way that water flows down. And with the shaders, it just makes it absolutely spot on perfect. I absolutely love that. And the views from up here are just magnificent. But going on from where we are here, the road that we had going through here, I continue to build around. There's still a lot of construction to go on with this area. As you can see, we come down to here and being able to turn off towards the actual trading hall in the far distance there. And I thought, well, I've got the shaders, might as well show off a bit more of the town. I know we only just did a tour in the last episode where we did a flyover, but we didn't have the shaders then. Now we have the shaders. It's actually really nice. And you can see this road's coming down here. It's not quite connected yet, but I will get there. It will connect up with this side, and we'll build this area up as well around the trading hall as well. Probably with a lot more sort of just design builds and everything else like that, rather than actual practical farms. There's a couple of little farm things that I've still got in the back of my mind that I want to build as well along the lines. I think we might want a wheat farm or something like that, one of those manual wheat farms where you can just pull the lever and all the water washes down. I've done them a million times before, but could be good to have one on this server, especially as I wouldn't mind getting a lot more hay. Yeah, I need hay bales, so we get it from the wheat. So yeah, we chop down the wheat to get the hay bales and create those. For like things like roofing, so if we want to do thatched roofing on houses and stuff in any of our builds, we can do it that way. Going back from there, we come back up to here. We've got another road here coming up beside the sweetberry farm on the right here. And then we've got those houses again on the left here. So this is the bottom level of those houses. And one of the things we've done here is you can notice we've used the new basalt blocks in its raw form as form of pathing. So on this side, they can create that type of path. And then if you come over here, you can put them the other way around as well. And they create this type of path. So you get two new types of path out of that basalt block. That's really awesome to sort of lay down and everything else there. But these sit beneath the other ones we saw a minute ago. We've got them, it's almost like it goes 4 stories at some point. points. So you've accessed it from either side. There's loads of housing sort of stacked on one another. And the idea is to sort of, this would be like the workers area. So they're probably working the sweet berry factory you got here, or down here at the dockside, which I'm thinking we're going to need to get ourselves a nice big ship put down in this dock. So we've got the dockside here. So we might look at doing that soon. Maybe in the next week or two we'll build ourselves a new ship. But this is only a short episode, this one. Let's come back to this lovely little chamber we got here with the water pouring down. Thank you for joining us. I am the Draken. This is the DrakenWerks, and we'll catch you again all soon. Take it easy.